Hey there, this is the Beard Out Podcast, where we talk about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And we're coming at you completely pre-recorded from a split-level cave 20 miles below the surface of the earth. And we are proud to be a member of the OddPods Media Network. So, let's just get on with this stupid show.
Hey, I'm Pantsless Aaron.
This is Stevie.
And I'm Augie.
And we are BFYTW, a podcast all about playing games and having fun. Our games are usually based on British panel shows and game shows, but we'll play anything that captures our attention and imagination. Why? It's right there in the title.
You'll never guess what the F stands for.
Well, hey, how are you doing? Have a seat. Have a drink. Boy, I can glad to see ya.
I feel really fancy. Everything is so fancy.
Distinguished is the word I would use.
I think I am very distinguished right now. This is probably the most professional that the Beard Out Podcast has ever been, and I mark my words, we will continue to be this professional moving forward. I think.
I'm not going to put my name on that, but if you want to, you're welcome to.
It is my freaking show.
That's fair.
So, I want to welcome everybody to a very special episode of the Beard Out Podcast. It's the podcast where we talk about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And I am Lauren. I'm always Lauren, and I just got beer all over my hands.
That was a thunderous beer opening.
It was thunderous.
You made the entire table rattle.
Hey, you know.
You just talked about how sophisticated and fancy we are, and then went...
I am very fancy.
And all the audio
good Lord. But because this is a very special episode, it means my brother John is not here because he is not very special. And I will continue to say that until he tells me I'm not allowed to say it anymore. So on these very special episodes, I have very special people here with me. And I have the very most specialist person of that, I could possibly have. I have your friend in mine, especially mine. I have Russ from the Infectious Groove Podcast, looking me in my face right now. Hello, how are you?
That's correct. Hello, I'm wonderful, and I'd like to say, furthermore, I agree with everything you just said. I am special. I am the most special to many people, and especially you. So
yes.
I'm pleased with all of that. I'm super excited to be here on, many, many levels, not the least of which is to discuss one of my very favorite Weird albums, which is... a very tight race. It's splitting the finest of hairs when you start talking about your favorite Weird Al albums. And this one for me is special for more than a few reasons. So it ranks up there. Even if the songs on the record weren't great, the time it came out in my life and all those things make it special to me.
Yeah, I know, and I totally hear that because this album came out on January 1st, 1988, which means it was the last Weird album to be released before my brother was born, so it's the last Weird album to be released when I was an only child. So it's very special to me in that way because John still didn't exist.
That's fair.
But I poured this beer open, and it was not the color I was expecting it to be, but...
It almost looks like tomato juice from here.
It does. Yeah, this is a very tenuous connection that I made to the album with this particular beer. It's from Urban South Brewery. It's a triple spilled fruited sour, triple raspberry. And I know you think raspberries are the devil, so you'll hate this. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure I'm going to like it.
To be clear on my stance on raspberries, everyone else is welcome to enjoy them. They are just not for me to enjoy.
Okay, there's more raspberries for me.
It is. It's more raspberries for you and everybody else. It's one of the many things I put out into the world on a regular basis. I allow everyone else to have as much raspberries as they want to.
I mean, it's tasty. I like a good triple fruited sour.
And how have you connected that to the Even Worse LP?
Oh, because the can looks like it has slime on it, and there's slimy aliens in the Vanna White song.
There you go.
Very loose.
I feel like my connection is a little closer to
probably.
the song and the song stuck in a closet with Vanna White has the lyric. Now I'm being followed by these Russian spies. They give me some Velcro and an order of fries. Suddenly I'm bowling on the Starship Enterprise. I fall down a hole, and that's when I realize. And the Starship Enterprise connection made me choose Galactic Fog. And it is by Captain Lawrence. So I feel like that's close enough to the Starship Enterprise to be counted as a beer for the Even Worse LP.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And actually, I have a very brief story about the Captain Lawrence Brewery that I feel like I need to share with people. They're in New York, right? And I'd gone to Pennsylvania to visit, and I had some Captain Lawrence beer at John's house. And it was delicious. I enjoyed it. Yada, yada, yada. Then I go to an event at one of my, favorite beer places here, and they have a rep from Captain Lawrence there peddling his wares. Mm-hmm. And I look at it, I have a beer, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just had this over the weekend. And he's like, that's impossible. We just opened to the Florida market today. And I was like, well, I was not in the Florida market over the weekend, sir.
Yeah.
And
well, I happened to be in another market, sir.
I was in a completely different market, and it was a supermarket.
I used the miracle of airlines.
Oh yes, I flew. Elsewhere. And they called me Airline Amy, which is not on this album.
It is, in fact, not on this album.
But anyway, so yeah, we're doing that thing that we've started doing on the show that I feel like brings up some really good conversations, where we're ranking the tracks on particular weird albums. And it's all completely subjective. So the way this works is I have my rankings of the tracks on this album, like from my personal most favorite to my personal least favorite. And I'm not saying in any way that any of them are bad, because none of them are bad. It's just personal preference kind of stuff.
You're on the wrong show. This isn't bad we're doing. This is even worse. Bad is the Michael Jackson album.
Oh, God. I'm not saying any of them
The covers are very similar.
I know, and it's very confusing for me.
In your defense.
In my defense.
Yeah.
They're very confusing. I'm not saying any of them are even worse than the others.
There we go.
Thank you. I am saying that, they're all good. It's just I prefer some over the others. And so the people that I have on for these particular episodes have done the same thing. They've ranked the tracks on the albums from their personal most favorite to their personal, least favorite, but still not an even worse song. Just they're all even worse songs, but they're just the ones you don't like quite as much. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from Russ's least favorite, working our way up
to my favorite,
to your favorite, and I'll just say where I have mine ranked in comparison to that, and we're gonna see how things shake up.
Fantastic.
How opinions line up.
Oh, I have some opinions on this record there are things on this album that I strongly dislike, and which is weird for me with anything Weird Al does. It's weird for me to have a strong opinion against something.
Okay.
So I'm going to come out of the gate swinging here. Like there's going to come, the gloves are coming right off on this. And I want to say that once I get past the first three of mine, or four-ish, everything goes way uphill from there. So I just don't want anybody in your audience to be like, why is she having this guy on who is just saying awful things about Weird Al's music? Because I have some very, very bad opinions of my first couple on here. But then
they're even worse opinions.
They are.
They're not bad.
They are.
That's the Michael Jackson album.
That's right. How did I forget that in the last minute? But things will take an upswing for me. I just don't want anybody to tune into this episode and be like, this guy hates this record. I don't hate this album at all, but I have very strong feelings about the things I don't like.
That's totally fair. I mean, look, not Weird Al is human. As much as I don't like to admit it, he is human.
He is.
And so he will do some things that we're not.
And it's okay. So, and I'm going to do something odd. I'm going to just say 10 and 11 right off the bat. Like I'm going to tell you my number 11 and in number 10 spot. And I'm going to tell you the reason why they rank so low is the exact same reason for both of them.
Okay.
So in at number 11, and I mean like by a long shot, is Lasagna. Lasagna. And then coming in at number 10 is I Think I'm a Clone Now. Now, here's why. These two songs, to me, sound like someone walked up to Weird Al and said, hey, you should do I Think I'm a Clone Now. Or, oh, hey, you should do lasagna. And then he just wrote it. They are not Weird Al caliber ideas.
They're not Weird Aliber?
Correct.
Okay.
Weird caliber.
Weird
I guess.
caliber.
Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think both of these just are, they sound to me like he was in an airport and a person walked up and was like, do you ever think about doing lasagna? And he was like, oh, we need an 11th track. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. One of the things I love about Weird Al albums is because this band is so immensely talented that they are able to capture the original production of songs. And this doesn't even come anywhere near close to Richie Valens' production or the Los Lobos cover as far as production goes. It literally just sounds to me like they were like, lasagna's an idea. Let's lean heavy into the Italian thing and call it done.
Did you know, speaking of leaning heavy into the Italian thing, originally the idea was to have lasagna be sung completely in Italian. And I will tell you that lasagna comes in at my number 10.
Okay.
So I feel similar.
Close enough, yeah.
I feel similarly about it. And since you just, went for it and gave your 10 and 11 right off the bat, I Think I'm a Clone Now is my number 7.
Okay. So
and
still,
it's the lower half of the album for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's some really great puns in it that.
So
As the daughter of an identical twin, I kind of identify with clones, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, all that stuff. So the jokes ring true to me, and it is super fun to sing at karaoke.
So here's the thing. Here's two things you just mentioned is why, well, one thing you mentioned and one thing I mentioned is what puts this a step above lasagna. Number one, once I can mentally get past the idea that someone walked up to Weird Al in a restaurant and was like, I think I'm a clone now, and then he did it. When you listen to the verses are fantastic. They are head and shoulders above lasagna. And production-wise, it absolutely smokes lasagna. It sounds exactly like the Tiffany version of the Tommy James and the Shondells classic. Mm-hmm. So production-wise, it totally gets it. But I still, for me, mentally, I can't get over, no matter how fire the verses are, I can't get over the fact that I am certain if you shake Weird Al awake in the middle of the night and you're like, where'd the idea for I Think I'm a Clone Now come from? He's going to be like, somebody walked up at a restaurant and said it. Like, I can't get past that. And that's why those two rank that low.
Yeah. Do you think it was an Italian restaurant?
Probably.
Yeah. He was probably eating
Can
lasagna.
you see the scene in your mind?
I can see the scene in my mind. And,
somebody should write a song about that.
Somebody should write a scene about an Italian restaurant.
They absolutely should. Would you like to move on to number 8?
What? No, you're 9.
Number 9, I'm sorry.
Number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
Number 9.
Okay, so we might get a little controversial here.
Oh dear.
Little controversy.
Oh, controversy. I'm not here for that. That's the epitome of things that I hate.
This is this is a word I learned from listening to the Weird Al podcast. This next song is a pastiche of the Beastie Boys. Twister ranks very low for me on this record.
Get out.
And it is because I absolutely adore License to Ill. And then and I don't know if Paul's Boutique was out by this time or not, but I adore, License to Ill was a game-changing record for me. And Twister is not as good as Weird Al could do the Beastie Boys if he really put his mind to it, is my opinion of Twister.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If John were here, he would say, like, all the Beastie Boys do is...
That's incorrect, but John's not here, so we don't have to have that argument.
Because he's not very special. Twister, for me, is number 4.
Okay. So now here's what's funny is I know if you were to start rapping it right now, I know every lyric of that song off the top of my head.
Because Milton Bradley's got a deaf one.
Correct.
It's a Twister.
But I don't feel like overall it's up to the standard that it could be for Weird Al. Let me say this. If you had said to me, hey, Weird Al's going to do a pastiche of the Beastie Boys, I would expect far better than this.
That's fair. Like, that's totally fair, especially since the song is so short. you know?
Which is that's a hallmark of Licensed Ill, though. All the songs on Licensed Ill are like 2.5, 3 minutes. They're all very short, except for like Rhymin' and Stealin' is like 5 minutes.
This is like a minute and a half.
No, I know. Well, yeah, but I'm saying he's doing what they did. It's a much shorter cut.
Yeah, so he got the whole thing, you know. I mean, but you can't knock the left hand red, left hand red.
Well, I know,
you
that's
that part. It's so funny. And I will like full disclosure. I didn't totally get this song initially, you know, because the Beastie Boys weren't a huge thing for me.
sure.
Other than the fact that my mother has informed me that as a young child, I would sit in the car seat in the back seat and like bop the F out to "You Gotta Fight" for your right to party. Like that was my thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
But in fairness, that song is completely different than every other song that he's doing here.
Yes.
You know, like what he's doing with Twister is he's doing "She's Crafty," "Brass Monkey" ish.
That Funky
like
Monkey,
he's
yes.
not doing "Fight for Your Right" or anything like that. So I could see it not landing with you when it came out because he's not lampooning the songs that you know. It would be like if CNR was a White Stripes acoustic pastiche and most people had only heard "Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground," which is what it's directly based on.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And sidebar to that, tune into the Beard Out podcast next week where John and I discuss the song CNR.
Look at that.
Look at that. You didn't even do that on purpose.
Professionals over here.
Professionals.
So I don't hate it. I just want it to be greater than it is.
And you know, I like that. I like that take on it because it's not you not liking it; it's you wanting more from it, and that's completely like understandable and relatable. And like I get that.
So, and I hate to go back to this well again. When I talk to people about how they truly don't get how great Weird Al is, I will use things like CNR that I just mentioned, Headline News, and Craigslist.
Oh God,
Okay.
Craigslist.
Because I can go, you know, if somebody says, "Oh yeah, I love Weird Al," and they're wearing a Doors shirt, I can be like, "Do you though? Like, do you?" You know, and they'll be like, "Yeah, he's the tacky guy," and I'll be like, "Well, hold on though," like, and then play Craigslist, and they'll be like, "Jesus, he's nailing the Doors. Like, he's nailing the Doors."
Well,
right?
it's because he got Ray Manzarek.
CNR, being from Detroit, I can walk up to anybody who has any sort of Jack White paraphernalia on and have them go, "Oh, I know Weird Al. Yeah, he like Eat It and Fat, right? Like Smells Like Nirvana." And then I can play CNR and they'll be like, "There is so much more to this guy than I knew." If I walked up to anybody wearing a Beastie Boys hat and whatnot and they were like, "I get Weird Al," I'd be like, "Okay." Like I would not bring up Twister. I would not go, "Oh, well, have you heard this?" Like, because they would be like, "That's him kind of doing okay."
Yeah, no, and a lot of that comes with time too, because the other two that you mentioned came much later in his career when he got better, even better, not even worse, even better at doing the thing.
Right, absolutely. I think he definitely got better at that. And for me, I think it's more of a production thing. I think he became better at producing the pastiche tracks because it was so important that the single's always a parody, right, of whatever was big. And it's super important that you mimic that in the best way that you can.
Yeah.
And I feel like the pastiche tracks became more important to him later in his career. And they were important to me the whole time. But I feel like the early records, like from Even Worse Than Before, you're like, "Oh, this is kind of an idea of that," right? Whereas later, like the Craigslist and CNR, when you hear it, you go, "Well, that's obviously the Stripes." Or My Own Eyes is another one. That sounds like every Foo Fighter song ever.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like if he had recorded My Own Eyes and say, well, if that had been even worse, I would be ranking it low and saying like, "Well, it kind of sounds like the Foo Fighters." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why Twister gets ranked so low for me. I have nothing against it. I wish it was. I'm not mad at it. I'm just disappointed.
You're pulling a dad on Twister. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. No, but I get that. I completely get that. So
the next 3 in a row, I'm not being funny. You're going to have to carry the conversation on these because I have no strong feelings about these next songs. I don't dislike them at all.
Okay.
And I don't love any of them either.
Okay, well, we'll see where they rank for me and like see how much I can carry. I mean, I can carry a lot. That's my last name.
Coming in at number 8 for me is Melanie.
Oh, what?
I think, hold on. The Weird Al podcast asks that you hold for 1 second because its host has been broken. Please stand by while we fix the host of the show and see if she can continue speaking English in just a few moments.
Shut up.
I want to be clear. I have no strong feeling on this song. If you were to put it on, I would not go, oh, please don't play that. Like, if you put on Lasagna, I'm going to ask you to stop playing Lasagna. If you put on Melanie, I'll be like, okay, well, this is a thing that's happening right now. I don't love it and I don't hate it. Get your surprise face ready because I got 2 more that I'm incredibly indifferent to.
Oh my God.
By the way, that's going to be a new phrase of mine. Incredibly indifferent.
Incredibly indifferent.
Yes.
Could you be any more indifferent?
I couldn't be. I'm an incredible amount of indifferent.
Oh my God.
Towards Melanie.
Dude, Melanie is my number 1.
Thank you for that detailed analysis.
Melanie is my number 1.
Number 1. Wow.
Yes.
The rest of this isn't going to go smooth.
No. No, it's not. Oh my God.
After Melanie comes Velvet Elvis, which again, oh boy, I broke her again. I realize this is not a visual medium, but I promise you, if anybody listening to the show could see her right now, I could be wrong, but I think my things are going to get put outside after this episode is done recording.
Oh my God, no.
I am indifferent to Velvet Elvis. I do not dislike it at all in any way. In any way, I do not dislike Velvet Elvis, but it's just there. It's just there for me.
Wow. Okay. We have to stop for just a second due to the fact that I am broken. I'm not broken. Okay. Melanie. I think it's so pretty. And I saw him do it on the Ridiculously Self-Indulgent Ill-Advised Vanity Tour.
Sure.
And that I liked it before and I loved it after. Okay?
That's how I feel about You Don't Love Me Anymore. I liked it, but I know that's from off the deep end, but I liked that song. And then when I saw him perform it live, I was like, this is a beautiful song. This is a beautiful song.
Yeah. And Melanie is that. Melanie is beautiful. And like the lyrics are so incredibly disturbing. They're like excitable boy disturbing.
Yeah.
You know? But it's so pretty. And it's my sister-in-law's, John's wife, Natalie. Hello, Natalie. It's her favorite Weird Al song.
Okay.
Because it's so pretty.
I'm just making the whole family mad today.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
But I love Melanie. And like Melanie probably wouldn't have been my number 1 on this album if I didn't see it live.
That's
so
fair.
I get that. I get that. But the watching his band again, like as you said, like they're all so good at what they do, and watching them just like sit down and play this song was like, God damn, Melanie, yes, it's so good. And then Velvet Elvis.
I was gonna say, tell me how wrong I am about Velvet Elvis.
Velvet Elvis, I think we had talked about this where when I had originally ranked the tracks on this album, Velvet Elvis wasn't as high as I have it right now. But in the past year-ish, Velvet Elvis slowly crept its way into my like most played songs rotation.
Sure, I understand that.
Because it is such a spot-on synchronicity Police pastiche.
See, and I think therein lies the problem. The Police, for me, comes down to the song Wrapped Around Your Finger. That's the only song I've ever truly loved by the Police.
Oh.
So I think that's how you lose me on this, is he's doing a spot-on impression of something that I'm indifferent to. So I end up being indifferent to the song. Okay.
And that's also fair. I mean, like, I love synchronicity. The Police, it's a humiliating kick in the crotch. Like, I just think that's fabulous.
Let me give you another example. Buy Me a Condo. Yeah. I am wholly indifferent to reggae as a genre.
Mm-hmm. As a genre?
Yeah. Alex Trebek over here.
As a genre?
Buy Me a Condo is great, but he's lampooning a entire genre that doesn't matter to me at all, right? So with this, like Police, I mean, I like the same songs by the Police everyone else likes, but the only Police song I truly love is Wrapped Around Your Finger. Had he been targeting that song specifically with like how CNR is very much Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground by the White Stripes, had Weird Al been targeting Wrapped Around Your Finger, it would probably be a whole different ballgame for me.
That's fair.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. But the fact that he's targeting Synchronicity so much, which is like the Police,
it's a huge favorite. People love that song. Yeah,
makes sense. And I mean, and the fact like the lyrics in Velvet Elvis again is my number 3. Okay, never. I didn't get it initially. Velvet Elvis, like if you had asked me 10 years ago, I would be like, no, that's the one I skip. Okay.
Right, yeah.
But as I really started digging into this stuff, I was like, oh my God, Velvet, like he did such a good job with like the sounds that the band is doing. Like everything is exactly what it's supposed to be for what it's supposed to be. Velvet Elvis is a better Weird Al take on the Police than King of Suede is.
That's rough. I mean, you're probably right.
I am.
But you know, the fans of your show are not privy to this, but you and I have discussed in great detail in our private time what a fan I am of your modesty.
I'm so humble.
Yes, and that was another shocking display of your modesty. Moving along from that, I will tell you, and this is so if you think the episode already went south, I'm pretty sure we're about to hit what's called rock bottom. What they call in meetings rock bottom.
Oh no.
You Make Me comes in at number 6 for me. I find that song to be okay, and I am not mad when it plays, and I am not happy when it plays. You Make Me comes in at number 6 for me.
You Make Me is my number 11.
Oh, okay, good. Hooray, we're making an upswing.
Yep.
Now, I want to be clear. For me, 6, 7, and 8, You Make Me, Velvet Elvis, and Melanie, they could all be interchanged. Like, there's no importance there among them. For me, like, I'm not saying You Make Me is better than Velvet Elvis, is better than Melanie. And I'm not saying any of those 3 tracks are bad. I'm just indifferent to all 3 of them at the same level, if that makes sense.
No, that totally makes sense. And yeah, You Make Me. Okay. What this is based off of is not like a favorite for me. Like the whole vibe that it has is not a thing that I'm into. So it has all of that going against it.
Right. Much how Velvet Elvis is for me. Not that it's even going against it. I'm not as interested in it as I could be. Right. Right. And so You Make Me. I love the lyrics. Okay. I appreciate the lyrics. And I have made an argument the last time that this album was discussed on the Beard Al podcast, which is with our friends from the Alkanauts podcast and YouTube channel from Canada. Hey, Canada. Shout out.
Hey, I made a point that I feel like You Make Me is probably one of Weird Al's most like sincere love songs.
Yeah.
Because like it's You Make Me want to do ridiculous stuff. You make me want to, You make me do the limbo. Like some of it is like super funny. You know, and watch the Care Bears movie. You make me. That's what you do to me.
How funny the lyrics are makes it ranks up above the 3 that I'm indifferent to, because I love how funny the lyrics are.
Yes. That's fair. And I like, for me, this is one where just the style of the music can't the lyrics can't make up for that. For me.
No, I get it. I totally get it. I like, based off of everything I just said about the 3 before it, I'm totally on board with what you're saying.
So
moving into the top 5 songs on the record for me. These next 2 could have been interchangeable, but I will go over why one is at 4 and the other is at 5. And number 5 for me is Alimony, which I think is brilliant.
Okay, you're going to have to talk about why you think Alimony is brilliant, because that's my number 9.
Okay, I will tell you a couple of things. Number 1, a lot of people don't remember this, but when Billy Idol had a hit with that song, there were 2 versions of it that Billy Idol had out at the exact same time, which is crazy pants, but it's true.
Oh, pants.
There was a studio version of it, and then there was a faux live version of it. And the only difference between the two was Steve Stevens had played harder guitar on the faux live version, so they added the crowd noise in to make it sound live because it was more of a rock version of the song than the studio version. When I got Even Worse from the record store and I saw Alimony, I knew for sure it was Moni Moni. Like, you know, have you ever done the thing where you get a weird album and you look at the songs and you try and guess what else he's doing besides the single, like which ones are originals and which ones are parody?
Yes.
Okay. The moment I looked at Alimony, I was like, oh, he's doing it. And I wanted badly for it to be the live version. And he does. And everything about this production-wise is the exact opposite of Twister. It could be Billy Idol and Steve Stevens on this track. It's perfect. And he does. Actually, if somebody's listening to this episode, they could go, well, how could you say lasagna sounds like something somebody walked up to him and said, and you don't think that about Alimony? And it's what he did with the idea. There are so many little things in here that are perfect, where the breakdown in it, if this was only 30 seconds on the album and it was just the breakdown, where the I want my Alamo, oh you do, you know, or you'll sue, like it's just perfect. Like it's taking a very simple idea and elevating it to a level that is far, far, far above I Think I'm a Clone Now or Lasagna in my book. It's just you could, let me put it this way. You could put on that version of Alimony at a party with 20 people. Nobody in the room would realize that it's not the Billy Idol version of Moni Moni. That's how good the production is and how good the rhyme schemes are and how good it fits in. You might get one person that's like, did he just say Alimony instead of Moni Moni? You know, other than that. So the whole way that it's constructed is perfect in my book. And then the breakdown alone puts it in the top half of the record for me.
Okay. I get all of that.
You're like, here's why everything you just said is wrong.
Everything you know is wrong. No. I get all of that completely. And I truly do. And from a musical standpoint, I agree. But, and it's a big but.
I like those, I can't lie.
I don't like bitter Weird Al.
No, and I totally get that.
And this song is so bitter. You know, lyrically, it's so bitter.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that
he thinks of things I never would, like near the beginning of the song, the lawyer's calling me on the telephone, trying to squeeze some blood from a stone. Like I agree it's bitter, but the way he says it, it just kills me. Like it's still almost like when people say something so bad happened out of their control that you just have to laugh at it. Like the way he sings it even sounds like he's like, can you believe this? Like can you believe this is happening? Like it's so bad that he just has to laugh at it. So it's almost therapeutic sounding to me. I guess.
I think every time I hear it, my brain leans into the bitter.
Oh, I get it.
And I'm just like I can't with it. It's like watching the Weird Al show, you know, where Weird Al is just a jerk. And I'm like, I don't like that either.
Right. I know. I hear what you're saying.
So, because it's just so out of character for who he is, you know. And I get he's playing a character when he does a lot of these songs. Mm-hmm. But like this one in particular, this one lives in the same Rolodex file in my brain, which is a very dated reference.
Wondrous place.
It's a wondrous place. But this one lives in the same Rolodex file in my brain as Girls Just Want to Have Lunch.
Yeah.
In that, it just feels like, And I realize I'm not being very articulate when I say
Girls for me falls right in between Clone Now and Alimony. I hear your argument on Alimony being better, and then my argument of, did someone walk up to you and say girls just want to have lunch?
Yep.
Because you have failed your own standards, sir. You know, and it's just like, I feel like he had, if you were to ask Weird Al, I would be shocked if Lunch wasn't the most filler track ever.
Because it was. I mean, it was on, there were so many good tracks on that album. And we're not even talking about that album.
I know, but I'm saying, I think that's where you get him going to that well again with things like Clone Now and Lasagna, where he's like, yeah, I need some filler, and Clone and Alone works, and Lasagna and La Bamba works, you know. Like,
so let's just do it.
But with Lunch, I hear both happening at the same time. And for me, the only difference between what you and I are saying about Alimony is I look at it more as just laughing at a situation you can't help, and I get what you're saying about hearing it being bitter. I could totally hear that too, and I don't want to hear it that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like thinking Weird Al ever being sad, ever.
Right? No, exactly. I just want the best for him.
Because if Weird Al's going to be sad, then there is no hope for the rest of us.
Right? Yeah. God.
Moving into number 4.
Okay, yes, please, number 4.
And I am from Detroit, so that's how we say it there is faux. It's
faux.
F-O apostrophe is how you spell that.
Okay.
For me, number 4 is Fat. And what's interesting about Fat for me is, as a self-proclaimed enormous Michael Jackson fan, Bad is my second favorite Michael Jackson album. And then the song Bad is my least favorite song on the album Bad. So you have to ask, how does Weird Al's parody of Bad rank this high on the record when I don't like the original that much, correct? Mm-hmm. It's because this is the opposite of what I've said about a bunch of the tracks on the record. He nails every piece of the production of Bad, which, when you're going to talk about production, when you have names like Quincy Jones and Bruce Fairbairn and Bruce Swidden and Michael Joseph Jackson to throw around, you're going to start having a heavy discussion about, holy crap, how do we produce this like that? Mm-hmm. They nail it. It's perfect. And then on top of that, the only parts of the original track Bad that I like personally are all of the cross melodies near the end of the song and the overdubs. So on the original song, where Michael is doing the original, the chorus, and then he has a bunch of cross melody over it, and then the overdubs. When Weird Al gets to that part, if you want to hear Weird Al on fire doing everything correctly, it comes to the part with the, when I sit around the house, I really sit around the house, and all that. Like, he's doing exactly what Michael Jackson did, and as brilliant or more than the original. Like, one of my big problems with Bad as a song is it's just there lyrically. Michael Jackson wrote some amazing and deep and clear lyrics, and he told that story very well on many, many songs. Heal the World, Will You Be There, Leave Me Alone, Beat It, Black or White. He told that story of, like, be kinder to each other much better than he ever told it on Bad. Whereas Weird Al literally took the reins on it and was like, I'm going to do this about Fat, and I'm going to make it way better about what I'm saying. And the whole thing at the end where he goes into the ad-libs and everything, I'm huge. It's just brilliant. It's brilliantly done. Here's how good Fat is in my book.
Fat is so good.
Fat
Tell us more.
My least favorite song on my favorite Michael Jackson album. And okay, if I were going to listen to Michael Jackson Bad front to back, I would start on track 2, which is The Way You Make Me Feel. Listen to that whole record, and then listen to Fat instead of Bad.
Okay.
That's how good Fat is in my book.
Fat is so good. And
it's brilliant.
I have loved seeing Fat. For me is my number 5, so we're not far off on Fat.
Not far off at all. Which, do you remember where I had it ranked?
4.
Faux.
Faux. Yes. Oh!
Beer number 2, and I will be enjoying a Florida man because I myself am now a Florida man.
Yes, you are. You are a Florida man.
So you have bad at 5? Or fat at 5?
I have fat at 5.
Okay.
It's fat at 5.
Blow fatty.
Blow fatty. No. Well, actually, that leads me to something that I was going to say. On the Running with Scissors tour, when Al was still doing grapefruit diet in concert, he would go right from fat into grapefruit diet and leave the fat suit on, which I thought made complete and total sense.
Yeah, I hear
do.
that. Yeah.
I mean, fat is always great live because he does the little the hand moves with the whoosh, and he looks confused at his hands when he does that. And I mean, every time. I mean, he must have done that thousands of times, and it's brilliant every single time. And the video is great. We watched the video the other day.
We did.
And
the best parts in the video is ho. That, and then when they're running across the garage and the camera gets ahead of them and then
because
comes
they're
back,
too fat to run.
It's beautiful work.
So good.
Beautiful work.
So
and
good.
I know that you've mentioned this on your show before, if nothing else on the 100 Weird Al facts, but it like the video for Fat would have looked like a video done on Scotty Bros Records budget of $15 if Michael Jackson hadn't been so graceful and left that entire set up for Al to do it. It is one thing for an artist to say, sure, you're welcome to lampoon me. It is another thing to say, and also let me help you in every way that I can.
Here are the tools to lampoon me even better.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. No, I think that's marvelous. And 2 points I want to make right now. First point is, number 1, thank you for your help with the 100 Weird Al facts, because I don't know that I would have gotten to 100 if you hadn't said, well, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? So thank you.
You are more than welcome.
And I forget what number 2 is. No, I do. I remember what number 2 is. It's poop. No.
I was going to say, a big old dump.
A big old dump. Yeah. No. And number 2 is, you're right. And I kind of, Weird Al and Michael Jackson are also very much in, one of the same files in my brain, just for their, let's just do the nice thing.
Right. As you know me very well in my personal life, so I'm not going to use your show as an entire soapbox, but I will say this. Michael Jackson and Weird Al Yankovic, in my opinion, are insanely similar in that the only thing that both of those gentlemen have ever tried to do is put good into the world. And the difference between the two of them is that no one ever tried to extort Weird Al for money.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not going to soapbox too much. If you'd like to hear more, listen to
the Infectious Groove Podcast. Which is another member of the OddPods Media Network.
Where I will tell you exactly how innocent Michael Jackson is. But what I'm saying is, both of these cats have only ever tried to put good out in the world. And it's not lost on me that Michael Jackson would do so much kind for Weird Al, because I believe he saw that in Weird Al too. Like, oh, you get it. You're a good guy who's trying to do good things.
Yes, and we wouldn't have the Weird Al that we have today if Michael didn't do what he did for him.
We wouldn't. Country mile.
We wouldn't. We absolutely wouldn't. And while we are on this, I'm going to do the thing that I'm going to do, and hopefully not.
You're going to try not to explode the whole sound system this time?
I think I did okay.
You did well.
I did well. I did do well.
That's a side note, but you know what I do in society that I can't stand? When someone says, how are you doing? And you're supposed to say, I'm doing well, which Weird Al hurt my very soul when he touched on that in Word Crimes, because it's the only thing in Word Crimes that I do.
Oh, you do? Oh.
I say good instead of well. And every single time good comes out of my mouth, I'm like, I should have said well. And then I feel like Weird Al personally attacked me when that line was in Word Crimes. So it made me feel awful.
Yeah, well,
I don't do anything else in Word Crimes except for that. Oh, apparently I do.
No.
Look out for the bonus episode where Lauren tells me everything else I say that's wrong.
Let's point out Russ's Word Crimes.
Let's
not.
Are you ready for my top 3?
Yes, but I will let you. I want to let the people know that I just cracked a 1985 IPA from the Voodoo Ranger series from New Belgium, and I picked this because 1985. That's when I came out.
That is true. That is true.
Woo! I was sucked out with a vacuum. Nobody needs to know that.
Moving on to the top 3.
Sorry, Mom.
My top 3 include one more parody and 2 originals.
The last 3 that I have is one more parody and 2 originals, because that's the only 3 songs that are left.
Right.
Apparently.
In at number 3 for me is this song is just 6 words long. And I think that it is brilliant that Weird Al took on a song that was, at the time, was 40 years old or so, but had been made very famous by a Beatle. And you were not allowed then, nor are allowed now to still poke any fun at a Beatle. They are revered, and you may not poke fun at a Beatle in society. I mean,
well, unless it's people poking fun at Ringo, which people do far too often.
Deserve it. 4th best Beatle. So
you just contradicted yourself, sir. He's still a Beatle.
He is a Beatle.
How dare you?
He's the 4th best one.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
So I thought it was bold for Weird Al to take on, even though George didn't write the song. He was very, very much public with it. Like, it was known as a George Harrison thing. And I think it was bold to do that, to take on Harrison, who is the best Beatle, by the way, George Harrison. And there are so many parts in this song that here again, this is if a Beatles fan said, oh, I know Weird Al, it smells like Nirvana, right? I would play this song as just 6 words long for him and be like, there's a lot more here that you haven't heard. And I feel like when they got to things like, I know if I put my mind to it, I know I could find a good rhyme here. That to me, that Weird Al jokes separates the men from the boys. If you hear that and you go, he should have said do it, then we can't talk about Weird Al ever again. You know, like we cannot have a conversation about Weird Al if you hear that and go, if the joke goes over your head. If you hear, I know if I put my mind to it, I know I could find a good rhyme here, and you laugh the appropriate amount, then we can be friends and we can continue to discuss Weird Al.
What if you laugh more than is appropriate?
Oh, that's fine too.
Okay.
Yeah. You just can't come in under the line.
Okay, and I will tell you this. I laugh more than is appropriate at that line and many of the lines in this song. And this tells you how stacked this album is, which, by the way, I need to make sure that this gets out there with this album because it is so incredibly strange. Isn't it strange? There's no polka on Even Worse, which is one of the... there's 2 weird albums that are sans polka weird albums. And
I never realized that in my entire life until you pointed that out to me.
This is what I was put on this earth to do.
I've listened to this record like 1,000 times, and it never crossed my mind that there wasn't a polka on it.
You didn't sit there and listen to Even Worse and say something is missing.
Isn't that silly?
Yes.
You're talking to a person who bought In 3D at the record store like the week after I heard Eat It. So like I had been on the Al train. I went to Aspen Records on Telegraph Road in Detroit, Michigan, the day Polka Party came out to ask for Polka Party, and they were like, "Are you for real?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm very for real." So I knew my Weird Al.
That makes me happy.
And it never crossed my mind in the 25, 30 years since Even Worse had been released that there wasn't a polka on it until you mentioned it to me. And it blew. I sat and looked at my phone when you sent me that text message for like 5 minutes. I was like, by God, she's right.
I am right.
There's no polka.
You don't question me.
No, I didn't question you. I questioned my whole existence.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
Right?
The choices I had made up to that point.
I don't understand it.
Do we know why?
No. Was it because...
You have met Alfred how many times?
Just the one so
far. Okay, and you got one in a week or so?
I've got one as of the release of this in 8 days.
Will you do us all a favor and ask Alfred why there's no polka on Even Worse?
If I'm not crying...
Why is there no polka on Even Worse? Also, I love you. But this one time you let me down. I'm not saying it's entirely your fault, but it is.
Why is there no polka? Even worse.
We gotta ask him. We gotta ask him
because, as John would say, the people need to know.
The people do need to know.
The people need to know.
The people need to know.
Yeah.
Weird Al does these jokes that I feel like are, I don't want to say he does deep jokes, but he does jokes that are there to see how invested you are in the comedy, if that makes sense. I feel like the line, if I put my mind to it, I could find a good rhyme here, is meant to see where you fall in comedy. Yeah. And if you hear that and you go, he should have said do it, then maybe you need to look into Larry the Cable Guy or a more basic comedy.
Can I time out for you for just a
You
second? Can I tell you my favorite Larry the Cable Guy joke?
I just insulted all of his fans, but please do. By all means, get her done.
Yeah, I'm going to get her done. I used to be a lifeguard until that blue kid got me fired.
I'll take that. That's like Mitch Hedberg level joke, though.
I know. That's why it's the best Larry the Cable Guy joke. But no. This song's just 6 words long. Is like, first of all, he made a point with the title, parentheses, this song's just 6 words long.
Yes.
And that's 6 words.
Correct.
Which is brilliant.
Agreed.
You know? But he never says this song's just. He sings this song is just.
Correct.
And so that confuses people.
Right, well. The aforementioned Larry the Cable Guy.
That blue kid got me fired. Because he's drowning.
Well done.
That freaking joke.
I just want to be clear. You felt the need to explain the Larry the Cable Guy joke?
I did. You never know.
I would hope your fan base doesn't need that explained to them, but...
No. What's one thing I tell my students? I call it the Pop-Tart theory. Because on Pop-Tart packages, you know how Pop-Tarts come in those foil things?
I do.
It says on them, remove foil before putting in toaster.
Sure.
And that's because somebody did that. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that's there because somebody did that.
I understand. The hot coffee law, the yeah, I get it.
Who told you to put the balm on? Who told you to put that? That's, yeah. So, I will explain jokes. It's fine.
My number 2 on this record.
What is it? Oh, don't poop on it.
Okay. I'm not trying to poop on anything.
Is it a solid number 2?
My number 2 on this record is I know just from the conversation you and I have had why you would not rank this song anywhere near as high as I would. It is because it is not only bitter, but angry and sadistic, Al. And at number 2 for me is Good Old Days.
Hey-o.
Go on.
That's my number 2.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, based on you not liking Bitter Al,
this
is a really hateful Al in this song.
That's sadistic Al. This is not bitter Al.
He's hateful. This dude is sitting in the basement doing things that he's mad at society over. Or at least that's how I took it.
I get because this is okay. There's a difference between realistic, like I divorced this woman and she's taking money from me.
Oh, I took this as very realistic. I can see him for sure sitting in the basement torturing rats with a hacksaw and pulling the wings off of
eyes.
I can see that for sure.
I can't explain it, but I think that's funny. And I mean, it's all funny. Alimony is funny, but this song is funny in a different way for me, and I think it's because it's the contradiction between the lyrics and the James Taylor music.
Yeah, the upbeat Americana style of the song, sure.
And I feel like this song also took a completely different role in my brain after I saw the Weird Al Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Right.
You showed me that. I did not know that existed.
I did.
Yeah.
That desk is so small.
It is so small.
It's so tiny.
I've touched that desk. That's at Grimey's in Nashville. It's a record store in Nashville.
Oh.
The store itself is much smaller than you think it would be, and then that area where they do it, it really is tiny. Like you get over there and you're like, wow, there is barely enough room for the camera to fit in this area.
So the desk is appropriate for the size of the space.
That's correct.
So in that space, it's an appropriately sized desk.
Correct.
So it really should be more aptly titled Tiny Space Concert with an appropriately sized desk.
Sure. I feel like that's a little wordy, but
Right.
accurate, though.
I'm going for accuracy here.
That's fair.
But no, good old
Am
days
I
is so
wrong?
good.
Is this the first time we have lined up on any specific? I think so. I think this is the
Yes,
only,
we were
only one
very
we've lined
close.
up.
Yep, and we were very close on fat. We were just one apart on fat.
Yeah, we were one apart on the fact.
But no, good old days is a mutual number 2. It's a mutual-deuce.
Well done. So we took a deuce together.
And we did take it. Shut up.
My number 1 on this record by a country mile. By a country mile. And I kind of sort of gave it away earlier with my beer choice because I went today looking specifically for a beer to be from this song. Everything about it is wonderful for me. I think it has, off the top of my head, it's the second best riff in all of Weird Al's original stuff behind the riff for UHF. The lyrics of this song live completely rent-free in my head at all times. I will go into that in a little bit. By a country mile, my favorite song on this record is Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. Like, and it's not even, like, Good Old Days, by the way, should be like, Good Old Days should be 5. And there should be 4 spaces for Stuck in a Closet and Vanna White with Vanna White 4 times in a row before we even discuss 2, 3, 4, and 5 off this record.
That's wild. I mean, like I said, I have Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White at number 6, and that is not saying that I dislike it by any stretch, because I do love Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. It's just, like, seriously, for me, this album, my 9, 10, and 11, Alimony, Lasagna, and You Make Me, I could give or take. Anything from 8 and up can fluctuate. Okay? And so Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White being at number 6 is a thing that I did when John and I ranked these songs when we started this show.
Right.
And I did a slight re-rank to move Velvet Elvis up because of how, like...
Yeah, it reinvented itself,
hash brown obsessed I became with it lately.
Sure. I have songs like that from so many artists that reinvent themselves to me.
Yeah.
So I get it.
But all I'm saying is, like, if you had asked me a month ago, Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White would have been number 5. But if you had asked me, like, and those were rankings that I did ages ago, and I was like, I'm not going to mess with this too much. I really just want to move Velvet Elvis up. That's really all it was. But like, everything is in flux because it's all such opinion. And, you know, on any given day, Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White could be number 1 for me.
Right.
You know?
Here's my thing. Here's the biggest compliment I can pay this song. If you take the lyrics to Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White and you change them to anything more serious at all, that could be an enormous rock hit. Period. Full stop. The only reason why that song is not an enormous rock song that people today sing to each other at parties and stuff is because it's a Weird Al silly song.
Yeah.
The riff on that song is a fantastic rock riff.
Yeah.
Like, guitar, people learning guitar should be playing that in the UHF riff. They're both crazy good riffs. Excellent melody on the verses and the chorus. The vocal performance from Weird Al, perfect. The only thing that holds this song back from being a mainstream rock staple is the lyrics. And the lyrics, for me, live completely and totally rent-free in my head 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I just spoke to you about this personally earlier today. You know how there are classic songs, American Pie, Piano Man, Billie Jean, Let's Go Crazy, whatever. Just you name whatever genre you like. There are classic songs that you will just be sitting in public and those lyrics fly into your head. Mm-hmm. more than any other song I've ever heard in my entire life. That is Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. I have worked at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, had very high-level executives and celebrities in the same room with me, and we're all talking about the forecast for very big business for the entire next year. Everyone in the room is focused on the PowerPoint on the screen and the security people for the celebrities and the VIPs. And in my head, while I'm doing this, I will all of a sudden be like, now I'm bowling on the Starship Enterprise. I fall down a hole, and that's when I realize that I'm stuck. Like, it's just there. It's just there all of the time. I get it more. I'm one of the world's biggest living Pink Floyd fans. Roger Waters, in my opinion, is one of the best lyricists in the history of the game. Nothing Roger Waters has ever written gets stuck in my head as often as the lyrics for Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. I don't know if this song was written by a robot or an alien, but the lyrics are brilliant. So the paradox for this song for me is that if you change the lyrics, it becomes a song that's instantly accessible to the entirety of the rest of the world and would be a huge hit. But then if you change the lyrics, you take out the thing that has been a cornerstone of me as a person. So I'm not being funny right now. I almost got emotional talking about Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White, which I think says it all regarding why it's my number one song on Even Worse.
It really does. I mean, I think that's great. And, donuts and hot dogs are flying everywhere. Yeah. I mean, John and I did an episode on this song, and we talked about, lyrically, there's a lot to unpack with this song. And musically, it's really great. I think again, in the musical Rolodex file in my brain, you're right. This lives in the same file so you got Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White, you got UHF, and you've got She Never Told Me She Was a Mime. Right. Are all three very similar musically. Yeah. Because I've had moments where She Never Told Me She Was a Mime started. Again, this was before I really looked cared deeply about a lot of the original tracks on the song, which is again something that happened.
But that's a path. That's a path a lot of Weird Al fans take.
Right. And so I had moments where She Never Told Me She Was a Mime started, and I would be thinking it was this song until that. Sure. Right. So that is probably why it's not my number one, because I spent a good chunk of my life getting it confused with it.
No, I get that. Yeah.
But lyrically, once you're in it, you're
it's
this
brilliant.
Is the place to be.
It's brilliant. So yeah, for me, the lyrics of Vanna White, this sounds so insane, but they're really, really good lyrics. You could even, as a Weird Al, a person who really deeply discusses Weird Al lyrics, you could even look at this song and go, well, yeah, but it's shooting fish in a barrel, right? Because it's a dream thing. So you can just write whatever rhymes. That's not what he did here. These are really, really specific, very well done rhymes. And I will die on that hill with this song. If you put, quote, serious lyrics in this song, this would be an enormous rock hit for any band.
I'm with you on that. And I mean, yeah, this song is a bop. It slaps. It rocks. It's amazing. And
so on and so forth, and etc.
And etc. And etc. And hitherto, forthwith. Forthwith. I thought there's no.
And heretofore.
Heretofore, yes. And hence.
May I ask you one question on your show?
You may.
Have you had a riot discussing Even Worse with me?
I have had a riot discussing Even Worse with you.
Well, then I've done my job, haven't I?
Yes, you have. My work is done here.
My work is done here.
Yeah, no, but seriously, this really truly has been a riot. And I mean, this is the third album that we've done these ranking kind of dealios on. And I have folks lined up for a couple other albums moving forward. we've got Dare to Be Stupid that's going to be covered. We've got Off the Deep End, and we've got Straight Outta Linwood that are on deck to be ranked in a similar fashion with some people. And I'm going to put it out there into the universe that this is a thing that I'm kind of asking for. Everybody thus far that has wanted to come on and discuss, ranking the tracks on a Weird Al album has been not a woman. So
we are looking for females.
I'm desperately seeking a lady to rank some tracks on a weird album with me.
That's fair.
Yeah, so if you're out there, ladies, I can't be the only one. I can't be. And so there's plenty of albums out there. We covered Running with Scissors, Bad Hair Day. This is even worse. Like I said, we've got
11 to go then.
Dare to Be Stupid, Off the Deep End, and Straight Outta Linwood. So that's 6. There's half of the albums out there up for grabs for you beautiful people.
And we moved, you are, I want to be clear as the male voice speaking right now, that this is not me asking this. You are asking for young ladies or ladies of any age.
Ladies of any age.
To come and discuss the remaining 5 weird albums with you.
Yeah, I just think it would be kind of cool. Because again, I feel like Weird Al is and should be accessible to, everybody. And I first of all, I love talking to guys about Weird Al, clearly.
I have known and this is real, in my entire lifetime, I've known 2 women who fully get Weird Al, and you're one of them.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah, but that's unfortunate, though.
Yeah. I'm happy to be one of them, but I'm mad that I'm one of 2.
Right. No, I'm mad that you're one of 2.
Yeah.
For the longest time, because the other person I didn't meet till 2002, I just thought that was a thing that didn't exist. I just thought, how is this a dude thing? Like, how is this only guys? And I had seen Al in concert, I don't know, 5 or 6 times before I met the other female that I know that truly gets him,
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I kept being like, how is this a thing? Like, the only women that I saw at shows were like mothers really mad that they were taking their teenage boys to see Weird Al, because they were just like, "This is
I don't want to be here, but I'm here with my kid."
And that's not an insult to Weird Al. They wouldn't want to be at Warrant or Dre or whatever else was popular at the time. They were just like, I don't want to be here at all. No matter who's on stage, I don't want to be here. And that was all or I also saw the middle-aged upset wife who was like, I cannot believe my husband still listens to this children's music, But that was my only experience with females. And then around 2002, I met a friend of mine who almost had to convince me I wasn't being sexist about it. I was more surprised than anything. And I was like, I can't. Like, I met a woman who totally gets Weird Al. I didn't know that was a thing. And I was, but then it took 14 years for me to meet another woman.
Yeah.
who got Weird Al. So I don't know why that's a thing, but I would love to hear that too, because even the record we just discussed, and I don't want to relitigate the whole case here, but I feel like a woman would have a completely different, another woman other than you would have a completely different ranking on even this album.
Yes.
and why.
Yeah, like I think I'm a Clone Now higher than you because it's a parody of a female song, and it's something I like singing at karaoke because, people are going to hear the beginning of it and be like, oh, this is appropriate for a person who looks like this.
Yeah.
So like when I karaoke Weird Al, sometimes I like to think of, one of the songs that he's parodied by women.
Right.
That I can go up there and do. And
does it get complicated real quick?
It does get very complicated.
On account of the fact that he did complicated. I'll be here all week.
You will be here all week.
I will be here all week, actually.
God, I ate so much cheese today.
Would you like to wrap up the show instead of continuing to share our personal business?
Yeah. I have no problem sharing the fact that I ate a whole bunch of cheese.
You sure did eat a whole bunch of cheese.
I ate a lot of cheese. So we're going to have problems with that, I think.
Okay.
Why did I have to go? No. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's time to put a pin in this episode, I think. I'm still enjoying my 1985 IPA from New Belgium.
Whereas I am finishing up my Florida Man. Hopefully, if people are still with us, I didn't do my shameless plug. Short version, infectiousgroovepodcast.com.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do your thing?
If you would like to hear, if by now I haven't upset you and you want to hear more of this, me and my best friend in the whole wide world and her boyfriend regularly discussing everything music. And
so not just Weird Al.
I don't want to say hot takes, but there are things that make me drop my own drink that are said on my show. So, infectiousgroovepodcast.com. If you heard this episode and said, boy, I'd like that guy to make me mad more, I have a whole website you can go to and enjoy more. So.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what else you can do? You can go to oddpodsmedia.com.
Go to OddPods Media.
And you can click on the Infectious Groove button, and you can scroll down a little bit with the little rolly thing on your mouse.
I don't know who designed that website, but it must have been a wonderful man, because it's great.
It was me.
Oh.
I am a man.
How the turntables.
How the turntables. I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm a boy.
I'm a little girl.
Anyway.
And we're gonna put a pin in this episode. The pin has been put in, and so this is the Beard Al podcast, and we'll come at you again next time, people. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Oh, okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
We got a pencil again.